All right, guys, let's talk about The Fly from 1958, which is one of those movies that I have reviewed on this channel, I think, a long time ago. But that's more whenever I first started, and I really want to talk about this franchise because I've only seen this one, and I've seen the 1986 Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis The Fly. And I bought this Scream Factory box set of all five movies of The Fly, so that gave me a better excuse to watch all these again and or watch the ones that I've seen again and review all them and just take a moment to look how beautiful this artwork is. Like, this is incredible. I really love Scream Factory and all they do for horror. And I really, really love this set. It's so cool. And I just rewatched the first one again on Blu-ray for the first time. Looked great. Let's talk about The Fly. The Fly is one of those 1958 movies where it is very, by today's standards and according to the remake, it is silly. It is a silly movie, and it's not going to be interpreted as scary anymore. The way people look at it, like watching the 1986 The Fly, it's a horrifying movie. It's disturbing and scary and gross. This one is a horror movie, but it's in that factor of, like, for example, in this version, whenever the Fly changes, like whenever Andre and the Fly become spliced into different parts of each other, whenever Andre, like, whenever you see his face, it's just like a mask, like a fly head mask. Like, it's not like the 86 version where it's like body parts are ripping off or like melting off of his skin. Like, no, it's not like that. It's really cheesy, but in a way where I'm not using that as an insult, because I really love this movie. I really think this movie is great. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that the movie, this version, it starts out with the wife Helene after Andre has been murdered. Andre has been murdered by one of those, I forgot what that is called. What he like one of those paper presses, like giant one, and like he dies. And it starts out after the movie, and it's like she has to recite what happened, and she won't give a motive. She won't give a motive why she did it, but she tells the police, I killed him, I murdered him, but she won't give a motive to it. I think that is really cool and really fascinating, because it starts out the movie where you're like, okay, this is really interesting territory here. We've already had the movie happen, but we haven't seen it, and now we're going to see it from her point of view on the backside. I think that is really clever and really cool, and I really think that that is an underrated aspect of this movie, and that it's the movie's already done when it starts, and then you just see the flashbacks build up to why Helene wasn't telling anybody. I think that's really cool. And of course, this movie stars Vincent Price as well as Francois, Andre's brother, and he is fantastic. Like in any movie Vincent Price is in, I can watch any Vincent Price movie, and no matter what kind of movie it is, I will be enthralled, because his voice and his acting is just so incredibly mesmerizing. Like, he's got such a voice that you will never hear again. He's got a one of a kind voice, and it's really, really interesting to hear. And I really liked him in this movie. I thought he was great, and he really brings a lot to it. And I really just loved his performance, and I really like the performances from everybody. I think everybody's really good. And like I said, the story is just reciting why Helene did this, and you realize through the flashbacks that Andre has created a atom machine where, like, you can transfer atoms, but of course a fly gets in, and he gains the fly's head and the fly's arm, and then she's wondering, where is Andre, like part of Andre, like, because his head isn't here, his face isn't here, it's the fly's head. And I really love just the build up to it, and I really love the ending of this movie. The ending is actually really terrifying, in a way that is not considered cheesy, I don't think. Well, I mean, I guess some people could think of it as cheesy, but the ending where it's Francois realizes that the son, like the son of Andre and Helene, like, he is saying something about a white fly, like there's a white fly that looks nothing like the other flies. And I love this thing where, like, he is trying to figure this out, and whenever Francois figures out that the white fly is something different, and also Helene already knew, she's trying to find the fly version of him, And it ends on this moment where you have Andre, who is again part fly, part human, but he is the size of a fly. Like his body is just there, but he is entangled in a web, and you just hear "Help me, help me!" And like you see Francois sees Andre webbed up in a spider's web with a giant spider just about to attack him, and the way that it's shot is so scary. The point of view of the spider with its pincers coming right at him, the point of view of the spider grabbing him right before the moment that Francois kills both of them. Like he kills the spider and Andre, like he kills them both like at the rock. And I just thought that was a really actually scary moment for a movie that nowadays you really couldn't look at it. Like a lot of people don't look at it as a quote unquote really scary movie now because of all the stuff we're desensitized to, but I thought that moment still is horrifying. And I really really loved that. The ending of the movie is fantastic, but I really love the whole movie. The whole movie I think is so fun and so fascinating and so entertaining, and done in a way where you really get to have this mystery. And unlike the 86 one, which I love too, and I think I love more than this one, it's more straightforward. It's not going backwards in story. So I like how both of these Fly movies, the original and the remake, both have such different things to them that you can look at both of them from different standpoints, of the 1958 version being a fun time, and then the 86 version, which is a dire, disturbing movie, like with visuals, practical effects, and again, like the stories are different, like how they're done. Like again, it's really fascinating with both of these different films, and I really really love the original Fly. It's just really really great, really really fun. It's one of those movies that, yeah, you could say it's cheesy now, but I think it's so entertaining and so fun and enjoyable that I don't care. I have such a fun time with this, and I'm so glad I finally got to review it again. Really really enjoy this one. If you like this video, check out my other content, like, share, and subscribe. Also, start a conversation down below with me. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.